Say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our day.
Oh, good boy.
Our day, rock and roll.
That was the best. So we're currently eating breakfast. I'm gonna try and keep my teeth covered because I don't know if there's anything in it. But
Me? It's not that bad. It's not that bad, honestly.
still, I'm gonna remain like this. But we decided to start watching Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father on Netflix. This was before the pandemic, but they still couldn't even wear masks properly. Not Jack Whitehall or anything, but just some random person. Even back then, they couldn't wear masks properly.
And our reaction to this was great because we were just watching the telly, and then all of a sudden we just burst out. We burst out laughing, and you'll see why. What the heck? He's eating it. This is not how you wear a mask.
That's an example of what not to do. Like, how do people think that that works? It's like as bad as having your nose out. He's just gone.
He's eating it.
Yeah.
I think that's worse than just having your nose out because he's actually eating it.
Yeah. Please don't wear it like that.
No.
That is very bad.
Yes. It's so funny. So I made mini pancakes for Charlie's breakfast this morning because I had leftovers from tea last night. And I just came downstairs and I came to the kitchen. Something bad happened. I forgot one. I video called her and she was not impressed. Oops. It's because I do them and then when they're done I put them in the oven at a low temperature to keep them all warm until they're all done. And that was the last one. And so obviously as that was finishing off, I warmed up the plate, got everything else ready, put all the pancakes on the plate, and then just forgot about that one. Oops. So, I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's on, and I quite like it. It's nice and cozy, and it looks really pretty. I love the way it falls and wraps. Like, you can have it tighter if you want, but I'm alright like this at the minute, and yeah, it's quite nice. So, off to get our MOT done. Wish us luck. We're getting our MOT now, and as we rocked up, she remembered us and was just like really, really kind and friendly. And then she said last night that she was worried that we didn't get the text message because she rang whilst we were napping. So bless her, worrying that like we didn't get it and we weren't going to turn up and things like that.
Oh, I didn't know she rang. It must have cancelled before it came through to me because I was awake.
No, it came through to you, but because you didn't recognise the number, they left a message as well.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she turned and said that the other side, like the Vauxhall side, is quite full of people, like in the little area to sit down and have a coffee. So she said first to come over to the...
Yes, sir.
That's the one. Because of us being in Shildon. It's on your finger.
It keeps landing on me.
Yeah, which is really lovely that she remembered that as well.
Yeah.
So...
Also, I look like a duck.
Cheers.
Quack, quack.
You do. It's actually quite hot in here.
It is. Tis worm.
Yeah. So as you can see by outside, we're still here. The car has not been able to be fixed. Our little baby's there. So it's now undrivable. We're waiting for a taxi to take us home. We are in a different town. We are not in our own town. They're going to be at least another 35 minutes. Our appointment was at 2. It's now what? 10 to 4. So we're not going to get home until about 5, half 5. And we have no car until it gets fixed. And they either bring it home or we go collect it. Yeah. So that's a bit pants. This car has been a nightmare since we got it. So, yeah. So we've just had to get everything that we need. So like the house key, Soph's charger, the dog leash, just in case we need to take the girls to like up the vets for an emergency or something. And yeah, we're now sitting here waiting for the taxi. But currently there's nobody in this whole like, there's nobody here. What?
Did you say that would be like the silver?
Blue or silver? Why?
Because a white car came up that looked like one of the ones that Mum recommended, and I was just like, that man, I think
So yeah, we figured it is so hot you can see the sun blaze in my face because it's like all open windows because there's a car showroom. So whilst there's nobody here, we just had a drink of water and we are maskless to try and de-heat ourselves, but all's good. Hopefully it won't be too long and we can be home. We forgot to say, but we're home, as you can tell. We got home at 5:30 and we nearly didn't make it home. Both of us were either going to throw up and or die. The driver...
Or the car was just gonna not work properly.
The car was so old there was a hole in the ramp.
Which was made of wood.
And it was just terrifying.
Which was also supposed to be for normal size manual
It wasn't.
chairs.
It wasn't like for my chair. The van was disgusting. Like, the first thing Soph and I did when we got home, before we even touched the girls, is pour hand gel all over our hands. I'm going to get rid of my duck, and I'm going to be cleaning the out of my wheelchair, because it touched so much grossness. It was just not nice.
I mean, I personally didn't think it was as bad as a lot of taxis I've been in.
Do you remember that plug you touched?
What do you mean?
When you couldn't find how to plug your seat in, rummaged down and grabbed a plug, and it was disgusting.
I don't remember that.
And you even said that it was gross. And the backs of the seats that I was seeing were gross. It was not nice. And he wasn't wearing a mask.
And I wasn't okay with that.
Soph and I obviously had masks on, but it's not the point. We were in a confined place. There was no screens between us and him.
And he could see that you were clearly on medical stuff.
Yeah.
He helped me take it off of the back.
Yeah. So...
that wasn't good.
No.
I mean, he was a nice person.
His driving was awful as well.
It was really bad.
The amount of times he went over the lane and was going off into, like... See, we drive on the left. And he was going off to the left and having to jolt back to get back in the lane. Oh, it just...
I mean, it was very windy. When we drove down there, the speed limit the majority of the way was 70. And some of it I was going between 60 and 65 just because it's so windy.
Yeah, but even then,
But-
our car is bigger.
Yeah, I was just going to say, but our car's bigger and I still didn't have those issues.
No, we wasn't going all over the place or anything, and it's just, oh, it was just awful. But we did make it home okay.
We did. Although, because he needed directions, because the sat-navs don't pick up our housing place.
Even though it's been here for 20 years.
Yeah, I thought it was 12 when we moved in, and that was
No.
only like 5 years ago. But anyway, I thought I was going to throw up when I opened my mouth.
Yeah, wasn't ideal.
I don't do well in the backs of cars anyway.
I've got used to it because I've had no choice.
Exactly. You're not ideal either.
I
but
just go to sleep genuine.
Yeah.
What's the word? Generally. We're so tired. We then had a call from the RAF. Nope.
From
The RAC.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's the
It's been a
RAF?
day. RAF is blooming military.
Yeah.
Asking
we're tired,
us
so-
if we wanted a courtesy car. And I turned and said, well, it has to be a WAV vehicle, which is the wheelchair accessible vehicle. And he was like, are you sure you does it have to be?
And we were just like, well, yeah.
There's no point in having a car if I can't get in it. And although Sophie's able-bodied, this vehicle is actually in my name with Sophie as a named driver because the car is technically for me.
Yeah.
So to then not give me a vehicle that we cannot get into is pointless. So I refused it.
Yeah,
and
we just sort of said, well, if we can't get into it, and the chances are we probably aren't going to be going anywhere anyway.
no.
So
What they do, if you didn't know, if your car is a Motability like ours is, and it has to go into a garage or the MOT has failed and it's ran out, and like the situation like that we're in, for any length of time that you do not have your car to be able to be used functionally, you can contact Motability, and the money that would normally pay for your vehicle, you actually get as a check in return.
but you have to do that after the fact, like so after, like once you get your car back, so that
Yeah.
they can.
Know the dates that you,
Yeah.
the day that you had to stop using your vehicle to the day that you got it back,
Yeah.
and they basically give you your benefit money instead of it going to the vehicle, which
It's quite a lot.
it is. Like for us, we get 62 or 355 a week. So obviously we've not had our car already for 2 weeks.
There you go.
It's going to be at least another week, potentially 2, depending on what happens. And it's that whole time, the money that we should be getting that pays for this vehicle, otherwise would just be not like going, it would be going nowhere. And we didn't know about it until last year.
I mean, it makes sense because if you think about it, with the Motability scheme, you are, in case you didn't know, you get money from your personal dependence payment.
The Motability section, because it
Yeah.
comes in 2 components.
Yes, and the Motability side, you can either choose to keep the money, which will help you in other ways, like
get
getting
transport or
taxis
whatever.
or you can go through the Motability car scheme and give all or some of that money to basically rent a car.
Or you can actually get Motability scooters or wheelchairs.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
rent from them as well. And then, like in that instance, it'll only cost like, I don't know, £50 a month or something, and then you would get the rest in cash.
Yeah.
But because of the vehicle that we have, all of the money goes
Yeah.
into our vehicle. We actually, like I said, we only found out last year. Next year is our 5-year leases up of the vehicle, and the fact that they don't tell you these things is really bad, because they don't automatically then send you a check out automatically. If you don't tell them,
yeah, exactly,
they will not give you the money. And it's really bad because that money is for your livelihood. So yeah, we're very thankful that we got told that last year, and we'll be doing it again this year. So yeah, it's just one of them things.
Yeah,
But it has been a long day.
it has.
So fingers crossed we get our car back soon.
Yeah, I don't like going in other people's cars anymore.
No.
It's not nice.
Plus, I have an Influenster that runs out in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's one that
We have to go to Plymouth.
we in our local Tesco's, you're supposed to buy it, upload the receipt, and you get the full reimbursement. And our Tesco's doesn't have it.
Of course.
So we have to go find a Tesco's which is in the nearest city, which is over an hour away. So we kind of need the car back within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's not ideal.
Not really.
So I don't know when this is going to go up because we're tired.
Yeah.
We don't. I know we've got the our cabinet being collected. The man is confirmed he's coming tomorrow.
Oh, good.
He's going to get here about 12 because he's coming from some other place I don't even know.
Okay.
But he's confirmed he's coming.
Cool.
So that cabinet could be out the way.
Very nice.
And whilst we were at the garage place, showroom, Sophie and I were looking for blinds because we've never had a blind in the kitchen and we're going to finally have one, and we
Would
found
be
one.
nice.
And we've
Yeah.
also found some like industrial style shelves that we may get to go in the coffee
bit
section.
that we want. Yeah, because what we've taken to doing is we'll look on the catalogues and Charlie will look and I'll look and we'll both like add to the basket the things that we like, and then after we're both finished we'll compare, and if we have any that match up we'll get rid of any that we don't match up, and then we'll pick one of the ones that we match up.
And for this blinds, there was actually only one blind that we both had in our basket, so...
And it was my favourite.
Yeah.
It was the most expensive one, but it was my favourite one.
Yeah.
So I was okay with it.
But it was a way that it allows both of our styles to go into the redecorating of our home, and it just gives a fair choice and decision.
Yeah.
And it's an easier way than being, oh, but I like this. Oh, well, I like this. It takes that, like, well, whose idea are you going to go with out of the equation?
Yeah.
So it's just a little
I
something
mean,
that
we're usually
we
pretty
do.
good anyway.
Yeah.
But this is quite a fun way of doing it because
It
it's
is.
fun to compare. Oh, thank you. Because I know that. Thank you. I know that some of the ones that you picked, I didn't pick because they looked like they would be quite thin, and I know that from me standing there, like in the height of some. Thank you. And oh yeah, that's pretty good.
When the sun's blaring through the window doing the dishes.
It would be too hard to see, which is why I didn't put them in there. And it's things like that that like different viewpoints.
I just went because it looked good and matched the colour.
Yeah. Did you just nibble me a little bit? Did I?
Yep. Every time we come in though, and I see the wall with the shelves and the Welsh dresser, it just looks
so nice,
so lovely and so fresh and clean. And we've never had that area in the house decorated, so it is really exciting.
Yeah, the kitchen's. Oh, did you get that? 'Cause that was really
I think
cute.
so.
But what were we saying?
Kitchen decorating.
Yeah, the only thing that's ever changed in the kitchen since we've been here is the flooring, and that's only because they put a new back door in when they changed the door, obviously, as I just said. So they had to put new flooring down. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Obviously we've had shelves up and whatever, but we've never painted or
Yeah, I think those initial shelves should be in quotations.
Yeah.
Shelves.
She wanted to do it on her own, so I let her.
And they survived.
They survived, but they were not shelves. They were leaning towers of shelves.
Could you? Well, did you or did you not struggle to get them off that
I did.
wall?
I had to yank them.
Thank you. I knew it was
I'm just
secure.
going to bend myself.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
This is not like you, Pickle.
I know. Beautiful. Look at me, everybody.
We checked on them on the camera when we were in the showroom and we did it through the Echo Show. And on there, like, it's like a video call, so they see our face and we see theirs. And they were so intrigued that they could see us on this little monitor and hear us. And Alba was like, yes. One love pooch.
Well, we have 2 love pooches, but
This
other
one
one's
at
on
the
the floor.
one at the minute. Go over her leg.
I just snorted a little bit. Apologies if you heard that, guys. That's my leg. That's my leg. Oh, my body. My body. Oh, my face and my ear. Oh, yeah. It's so nice. You're so bendy.
She's loving the bed now that there's a duvet on here.
Yeah, she's barely been off of it at night time, isn't she?
Mum showed me a picture, I'll put it in here if I've still got it, and said, this would be good for you to have a little bed, dog bed compartment on the side of your bed for the girls to go in there. And I was like, I would likely end up being in there.
When you showed me that, I was just thinking, we like to cuddle our girls.
Yeah. No, I'll be in that bed and the girls will be in my spot.
And then I'll be kicked off on the floor on the other side.
So.
Are you trying to grab my tongue?
Yeah, we're going to continue to love on these girls.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long day for them and us.
Guarantee as soon as you stop recording,
She'll run away. Yeah, so, thanks for coming on this day with us. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. I give up.
You sit in.